I just don't think they had great chemistry together. I think they philosophical disagreements, shall we say. Doesn't mean either one is wrong or right. It just means they have a difference of opinion. And I think it was clear that Dusty and Steamboat had a difference of opinion when it came to their own particular philosophies of wrestling. Obviously, Dusty being the resident babyface, what was he looking for? He's looking for heels to work with. And when you get the potential of having a Ricky Steamboat who could feed a comeback and take plenty of bumps and make the babyface look like Superman without being Superman, you want to explore that if you get a chance. Steamboat just never did go for it because he didn't feel comfortable doing it. He thought it was too much of a stretch. And I agree with him too. I never understood why, other than just facilitate one match or one TV program between Dusty and Steamboat. It sounds even funny to say. Dusty versus Steamboat. You don't fit.
Right.
For some reason, it just doesn't fit. So Steamboat had a real good instinct, Conrad, on what worked for him.
Yes.
And most top guys, I said this story before to varying degrees, when Cowboy brought a top guy into the Mid-South, and that was, again, my basics and my education, and that's all I can draw on is what my personal experiences were. The talents coming in, these veteran heels for Cowboy to work with, or if Cowboy wanted to break these veteran baby faces, they knew what worked for them. So they'd sit down and brainstorm with Watts and figure out the best path to progress, best path to travel. And because they knew what worked for them. It's been said over the years that, golly, maybe for a decade, the Assassins, Tom Ernesto and Joe Hamilton, the father of Nick Patrick, which I know he had on the ad-free shows here recently. I think he did anyway.
Yeah, he's a regular part now, Jim.
Okay.
Part of the fam now. Nick Patrick, how about that?
Maybe I should be paying more attention. In any event, I don't know where I was. Steamboat he knew what worked for him.
Yes.
And why deviate from what's working? I mean, if you got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, why are you going to start throwing junk? You're getting them out with a fastball. Do that.
Exactly.
Until you can't get them out anymore. So, but I think Ricky was more comfortable in his own skin as to what he could or could not do well as anybody I ever knew.